Well, if you ask me about one of the most important life lessons that I have learned so far, I would say it's letting go. And I'm not talking about letting go of any abstract thing. I'm talking about letting go of my mistakes, letting go of my regrets. I think most of us get into that self blame zone where we blame ourselves for not knowing any better. We tend to blame ourselves for not being financially too smart, for disrespecting our spouses, or not being very upfront in a given altercation or confrontation in the professional environments. So we get back from those tensed circumstances and we tend to blame ourselves for not being too witty, too prompt, too spontaneous, too smart, and things like that. But I just want to tell you all that you have to understand that whatever we were doing at that point in time was the smartest thing we could have done. That was probably the smartest decision that we could have taken. We as humans are always on that survival mode wherein we want to do everything and anything that puts us in a favorable light, not only in others' eyes but also in ours. So, if you are ever regretting about any of the decisions that you had taken in the past and you're not very proud of it, you just have to be a bit kind towards yourself and need to understand that it was not deliberate, it was not intentional. And any decision becomes foolish only in retrospection. At that point in time, you were your smartest self. You only got to discover other alternative ways of approaching the similar situation only after having discussed it with maybe somebody else, or maybe talking about it in your head to yourself and then coming up with multiple permutations and combinations. But that does not put you in any unfavorable light. So all I want to suggest you is that if you want to have a calmer life, you just need to be a bit more patient, a bit more compassionate, and more generous towards your own self. Forgive yourself for not knowing any better. And please trust me that you were doing your best that you could have. Things can still go wrong despite the efforts that you make and the genuine time that you invest in anything or anyone. If things have to go wrong, they do. And if you feel that they had gone wrong because of your misstep, then you can just take a learning out of it humbly and then try to implement that learning in the next things that you do. And that is exactly, my friends, is the definition of evolution and growth. If you try to just recoil into yourself, blaming yourself, then you wouldn't grow. You will shrink. So you need to water the plant of your conscious with affection, with understanding, and with love. And that is how you grow as an individual.